Indeed, our esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's a powerful position to be delivering the gratitude speech today because, after all, the Honorable Minister of State is a medical doctor, so she understands the power of clean water, what it means to children, what it means to families. He says it's history in the making and leadership. As Mr. President always says, it's not about making promises but to take action. Our thankfulness to the President and to the Honorable Minister. He says our people's quality of life will be improved by this project. We thank you, Honorable Minister of State. Let's hear another round of applause for her, please. Thank you very much. I'd like to salute and greet our esteemed traditional rulers who have joined us today. We thank you, sirs, for being here with us. We thank the community. We see them at the back out there who are the greatest beneficiaries of this project. We thank you very much for being here. And, of course, we thank the media who would carry out the information that has taken place today to the rest of the world to see. We continue to yearn to be better, to be blessed. This is our prayer every day. When we get out of bed, it is our prayer. When we go to bed, it is our prayer. As a professional speaker, director of ceremony, moderator, keynote speaker, and panelist, I'm blessed in my sphere of field to serve as a national broadcaster. I'm thankful to God that my relevance in the space is still considered. I do not take it for granted. But it does not mean that everyone would love you. And when you do what you do well, in whatever you do, you would have unhappy people. I'm honored to share this quality of do your best always and leave the rest with a man whose greatest gift is do your best always for God, for the people you serve, and leave the rest. There is nothing you do well that would not attract unhappy people. People who are distressed just by your very presence. We see them, but we pay them no heed. There is work to be done, and the work is urgent. To be in this circle of infrastructural development is truly an honor, and the man who trusts my professional service each time in this jurisdiction is a man I dare to call renewed hope, loyalty. A man who is so loyal to the renewed hope and to Mr. President. A loyalist to the core of the renewed hope agenda. A man we dare call bossman, brother, and a friend of the area council, whose greatest mantra is I will do my best, come rain, come shine. And yesterday, of course, at an event where the Honorable Minister was in attendance, the lead person at that event described the Honorable Minister as a mentor and an exemplary leader. The speaker said Mr. President always tells him and his team to emulate the Honorable Minister's infrastructural prowess. He adds that Mr. President told him, be like the FCT minister, make your people happy. Time to bring up the man whose FCT legacy is assured, who gives infrastructure to the city center and to the area councils. Please help me welcome the Honorable Minister of the FCT, Ezenwo Nyesom-Wike.
The Honorable Minister of State, Federal Capital Territory, the National Secretary of the PDP, distinguished senators there, particularly Senator Magnus Abes, Senator Bao Habua, Senator Philip Tanimu Aduda, the head of service and permanent secretaries that are here, executive secretary of the FCDA, mandate secretaries that are here, area council chairman of Wale, Amach, Bwari, Kuje, and Abaji. There are traditional rulers that are here, the Deputy Managing Director and the management staff of the CGC Nigeria Limited. They are good friends of the media, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Let me thank the people of Bwari for coming out in their numbers to participate in this very important occasion of the flag off of the provision of water to the satellite towns. Remember, in 2023, when we were appointed, we had stakeholders meetings in the 6 area councils. And I did say in one of such area stakeholders meetings that the president is desirous of providing potable, clean water to the satellite towns. When we made that statement, of course, as usual, people will always see it as being politics. Who is sure that this will be done? But I reminded you that one thing you must give to Mr. President is that when he makes his promises, he always fulfills his promises. Today, we are in Bwari. Tomorrow, we'll be in Kano. In essence, taking 2 area councils together. The president has mandated that, yes, the contract for this ought to be 18 months, but we discussed with the contractors and pleaded with them that they have to do all it takes so that by the 3rd year anniversary of Mr. President, we'll be able to commission this project. And when the contractors assured us that they will try as much as they could if funds are made available. Based on that, Mr. President immediately approved the release of 50% of the total contract sum to CGC Nigeria Limited. And I hope by the grace of God, knowing the commitment of this company, in whichever job you give to them, they will deliver on time. Now, what this tells us also is that we are not concentrating development only in the city area. We are also carrying development to the area councils. By the time we finish in Bwari and Karu, in the next year's budget, by the grace of God, we take Kumego to Kuje, Kwale. And then by 2027, by the grace of God, we have taken over Gwagwalada and Abaji. So by the time Mr. President's full 4-year tenure expires, we will have touched all the satellite towns by providing them clean, potable water. Now, the company has told you here, of course, this will stop you digging your own boreholes, providing of tanks and the rest. All you need to do is to just link up to the general district, and then the water will flow. Clean water, treated water. Unlike the one we do in our boreholes, not treated. This is fully treated water. This will provide jobs for our teeming youth. At least not less than 1,600 direct and indirect employment. Our appeal to the traditional rulers, our appeal to our youth, our appeal to our women, our appeal to all our community members that take this project as your own project. This is the first time a government has said you too deserve to have potable, clean water because water is life. Not just saying it, but implementing it. So take this as even more important than road that you have always protected when contractors are on site. If you can protect contractors when they are constructing road, you can imagine what you will do as regards to supply of water, which is one of the basic needs of man in life. So I urge you to support and collaborate with the company so that we can achieve this on record time. Be assured that this will not be what you say abandoned project. We don't abandon project. We start and we will complete it. I found out he said agreement is what? Agreement. Isn't that what he said? You have reminded us that agreement is what? Agreement. We have agreed that we are going to bring water. And we are bringing water. Is it not? When I come back to say we have performed, you too will perform. Is it not? Agreement is what? Agreement. So What president has done for you, what it is your own turn to do for president. So, but let us fulfill our own first. So I thank all of you for coming, for waiting your seats. But what is important that we have been able to carry out this today. On this note, let me invite the Honorable Minister and our dear leaders to join us as a flag of this lot 1 of supply of water to Satellite Town. Thank you and God bless you.